that you say that because there's actually a documentary called Sasquatch, and it's about a Sasquatch killing these guys who are doing the exact same thing we're talking about, grow ops.
Oh, really?
In the Humboldt area, in the mountains up there.
Yeah.
And they murdered these guys, these cartel guys, and blamed it on Sasquatch.
Oh, yeah, because
Yeah. It's a good fucking documentary. It's like a series.
Oh, I didn't ever heard of this.
Yeah, it's on Hulu. It's a
is like a
multi-piece
great
series. Is it on Netflix as well?
I don't know.
But it was really good. And I had the guy in and talked to him. Really fucking interesting dude. What was his name again, Jaimie? But it was a movie about that, about how it became very violent when that whole area became known as growing weed.
Yeah.
David Holthouse. Very interesting guy. I really enjoyed the whole series. It got a 93% on Rotten Tomatoes. It's really interesting because it's like the whole thing changed from this like hippie thing to everyone's armed.
Yeah, right.
And people are getting killed. There's like drug wars going on.
Yeah, right.
But you're already invested in the land. This is your business.
Yeah.
You're not going to let people take it from you. And then everything escalates. And then you have fucking shootouts up there.
This sounds like how the Scooby Gang explains the fake Sasquatch. Like they would have got away with it.
I think at one point in time there was a Sasquatch. And I think it's proven. There's a thing called Gigantopithecus. And they think that at one point in time people probably lived alongside those things. And that's probably this sort of myth that goes through all these different cultures. I think at one point in time there probably was a thing like that.
When they discovered hobbits, sure, hobbits, and I guess they were little 3-foot tall people.
Yeah, the island of Flores. Yeah, I talked to a gentleman this past weekend in Hawaii who was explaining to me how they had a similar thing in Hawaii. It was like these 2-foot tall little hairy people. If you think about that whole area, yeah, it's part of the myths and cultures. Myths of their culture, rather. And I don't want to say myths, I should say legend, because it probably was real. At one point in time, somebody probably encountered this little thing that we know for sure existed alongside people.
Yeah.
And it existed on the island of Flores, and they think it existed in other places. They called it the Orang Pendek. There's like different names for it in different parts of the world. But now that we know it was really a thing, all those stories about people seeing them back in the day were probably real.
Because I thought the Flores ones, they hunted like little elephants, something adorable. I swear to God.
Well, there's a thing called island dwarfism.
Yeah, island dwarfism.
Yeah, when you do have like small elephants who live on an island.
Yeah, they would have to, team of them would take down a tiny elephant. That's the sweetest. Wouldn't it?
Sweetest little murder.
You know that wildebeest thing you showed me? If they were little ones, that would be adorable.
Dude, you know how wild that would be to watch?
Chibi animals going down.
Because if they were using tools and weapons, they were hunting things. How wild that would be to watch them. How first of all, how fast do you think they were?
Who, the chasing them?
2-foot tall people?
Well, the thing is, it's just scaled down, so they don't have to be fast. They just have to have longer endurance, right?
Yeah, but they're living in the jungle. Dude, they got to be fast.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure it's sped up. Comically is how I imagine.
Like a monkey.
I imagine Benny Hill music in the background.
I wonder, like, what a human, if you went back to the original human, like the earliest version of the anatomically like current human being, whatever that was, whether it's 500, 700,000 years ago, whatever it was. Yeah. I would love to see what that dude looked like when he walked around. Like, what was that like? What did they do? Like, what was a day in the life of one of those? Imagine following one of those guys. Yeah. Imagine being in a time machine where you could just exist in a bubble that no one could see, and you could follow around some dude living 900,000 years ago. How fucking wild would that be, just to imagine that this guy, just figuring out you could bang rocks into the shape of a tool, that this guy is one day going to pilot an airplane, that this guy's...
I'll bet it's a lot like, do you ever watch like Alaska Wilderness People? And if it's not a reality show there, clipping it together, it's probably real dull. You ever see reality shows made? Right. It's just hours of... So you'd spend hours watching everything, but you'd want someone to aggregate the interesting parts to you.
Look at this. Peter claims these ancient ancestors of ours could theoretically reach sprinting speeds of up to 28 miles an hour.
Wow, that seems fast.
It's not known what speeds the likes of Usain Bolt's Johan Blake or Tyson Gray could reach if they were being chased in fear of their lives. Good point.
How fast can they run, by the way? Usain Bolt.
About 23 is what this says. Suggests a group of humans are capable of running up to 23. Yeah, this guy found some footprints in Australia and used those as.
Didn't they find some footprints that they just discovered like way older than they thought in Spain?
I think they found some in America. They found some footprints in it. Yeah, they definitely found some in Spain, but they found some in America that takes our idea of when human beings were here way back.
Yeah, right.
Like way further than they thought it was.